What's going on?
All right. So, hey, my bad. I'm gonna keep it short, bro. Hamley. I respect your platform and what you push for real. But it's just a real quick question.
Now go ahead.
And uh, just to add better context to what you're overall saying, if I were to take it biblically, right, and say, in the beginning, God created, right? So God being the creator, once He created Adam, He took Adam and made Eve. So basically what I'm hearing and what I'm kind of understanding is well, not you, but this is just me and my understanding is that for every thought, there's an attached emotion coming from it. And once your logic or your left brain gets with the right brain, the emotion, they fuse together, having kids, sons and daughters. And that pretty much starts the avalanche of, oh, I don't know, any religion.
Right.
But as far as man being concerned, Adam, that's mentality. And then you got Eve born from Adam, which is emotion. And once your emotion eats from that tree, the tree being whatever that tree is, then and once Eve eats that apple and feeds it to Adam, being your logic or your ability to actually think straight, you follow your emotion,
Right.
which was
Right.
which was ultimately led from desire and knowledge, or I guess more or less.
Right.
So
Y'all about
just
to
to put
keep
it,
me on. Yeah, y'all about to keep me on. Yeah, go ahead. Get that shit.
well, I appreciate that, Abraham. But and so every child, be it either son or daughter, born from that is something that you could actually learn from versus put yourself, you got to look at things through a God's eye from you got to look at it from above versus be in it. So when the Bible actually says be in the earth, not of it, it's telling you to look at it from a larger scope.
Right.
So once they tell you, hey, look, the sons did this and the daughters did this, the daughters interacted with the sons over here. These were all thoughts, ideas, and emotions, all stemming from the same tree, which was the desire from your emotion. So
Right.
it's not good for a man to think through or make decisions through his emotion and
Right.
then be led by said emotion.
Now you got the witchcraft out of it. Now you could now you like God rolling around teaching other people about they shit that they don't even know about. That's how you do it. Because always remember, that's why God is a man. It's talking about the mind and then the two sides of it, the masculine, the Adam, and the feminine, the Eve, and the many things these things can create as imaginations when they come together. And when they don't come together the right way, you start to feel and think naked or start to feel and think like you know shit and shit like that. And that's them having an apron and shit like that. But yeah, if God is a man, which is
Yeah.
the mind is what create the world. It's an occult book.
So Cain killing Abel is basically one thought overtaking the other, but one thought through emotion
Yep.
because he felt.
Masculine thoughts, though. Because they get specific with it. The whole book, every man is a different thought and every woman is a different feeling. So when a different man and a different woman feeling come together, they create different sons. So this is how we get the tribes of Judah, tribes of Seth and stuff like that. So the specific thought that the Jews was creating when they made Adam, that's the justification thought.
Mm.
Then the specific feeling that they was using for Eve is anytime you get emotionally attached to a desire. Then the desire is just like our organs and things that our body want in the world. So the tree is the body and the snake is just the desires. So anytime you emotionally attach yourself to a desire, that's the specific Eve feeling. And anytime you justify it, like anytime somebody try to tell you, no, that's wrong. You smoking crack. You need to stop. Oh, no, it don't stop my life. It don't stop my life. That's Adam creating a
Mm.
logical justification, Adam, for that emotional attachment to that desire. Eve, which is desire, is the snake, which on the body, on the things that suit the flesh, the body, the tree, and shit like
And,
that.
and as God didn't get involved, he told Adam what not to do. And Adam took it upon himself. And we just gonna speak from a biblical,
Yeah,
standpoint. He told Adam not to eat from the tree. Then Eve came and was like, "Hey, look, this snake say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, the only thing we ain't gonna die, which is fine. But it wasn't. Nothing happened in the Bible up until Adam ate from the tree, but he blamed her. So Adam was basically the determining factor. Adam stood between technically God and the woman. It was up to Adam because the woman suffered no consequence. It wasn't up until Adam actually bit from the tree. or a bit from the apple. And then that's when it came, all the rest of the Bible. So basically,
Right.
you have to recognize that, and this is what I get from your teaching. And be honest, you a prophet. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who don't know it. I'll be the first to say it, but you say you don't have to. So, so man stands between. Well, the Adam in a man stands between. He has the choice between God, which is the creator, or woman, which is the feeling, and it's up to him as to how it's dealt with. If you get what I'm saying.
Right. It's basically telling us we need to be more logical about our emotions and things of that nature. So like, it'd be like your mind, which is the God, and it's like you as a spirit. Now when you use your mind, being the spirit inside of it, it's almost like when you get an idea, like let's use a crackhead for an example. Now that crackhead in the mind already know you better not smoke that crack.
Mm.
But let's say the mind is saying don't smoke that crack, but the person like, no, I want to hit that crack though, whatever like that. That's basically the allegory. That's basically the allegory of Adam biting the fruit and shit like that. When God told him not, you know what I'm saying? So when God told him not to bite the fruit, that's basically all of us telling ourselves, or a crackhead, man, you better not hit that crack. But the moment he's subject to justifying to hit that crack, he's going to suffer death. He's going to know what the gods know, aka being in emotional depression. That's experiencing death in this world.
So basically, biting from the apple, you gain the experience from the apple, and that's what he told you not to. Ooh, shit, boy, you cold as hell, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, real talk. They need to pay you more. I was the one that was all up in here sitting there trying to get you. Well, I ain't trying, but you gonna get there, dog. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep it short, and I'm gonna keep it simple. I appreciate you, doggy.
Yo, shout out to N2F and his motherfucking Teamwork Media. Real shit. He made me like the L and shit like that. Yeah, that's how y'all coming like that. Y'all saying real shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like it's an occult book. Once we see it as an occult book, everything makes sense. You will see what the Jew is trying to convey. Like you are actually, because you'll be able to see it in your own life. So even if you want to praise their God and you are a religious person, now you know how to praise. You know how to do as the Jew. You know how to be as Jesus. You know how to be as the high priest. You're not going somewhere talking about it and arguing with others thinking that they ain't got the right idea about it, but you end up being a powerless Christian where it don't work for you and shit like that. That's how you pull it out the Bible and shit like that. Once you understand what things point to, boom, you got the clarity. It ain't what we see, it's how we see it. Once we know what everything is pointing to, boom, we know what we looking at. If you don't know where the starting point at, no correspondence, where shit is pointing to, you're going to be confused. And the things that you can make sense out of based upon being Western hemisphered out, the way we look at language and how we convey messages to each other to convey structures on our mind, you're going to be using that to understand certain texts that can make sense to you in the way to understand the other things that don't make sense. And then you're going to turn it into a history book and be trying to explain how a man could walk on water, where we know man means thought, water means emotion. So anytime you have a logical thought to not get flunked out and get into depression, this is talking about a man walking on water. So any kind of context of a man doing some shit that we know a male can't do, you now have the right aspect of looking at that scripture, and you now don't have to fight scripture with scripture in this bitch. And then you could get deep into the actual occult knowledge, aka, okay, well, this must be a specific man, a specific thought. Let me look at the stories around this so I can know the authors, what they was talking about, how this thought in line of reason and play out from this thought pattern, and why it got a thought from another pattern form that's similar, and why is it playing like that? Now you'll understand the story of these things. These are not individuals that's in history walking on land. These are actual humans who walked on land, creating stories about our mental forms to make you understand it, like these are things that does walk on land for you to understand it. So this is our mental power, the power of anthropomorphizing, creating concepts about things that's external to us, the best way that we can understand it through our filtering system of the mind. And this is how we learn new things, learn what not to do or what to do. Religious people take that concept, that Greek or Masonic concept, and go extreme with it and become practitioners at becoming over exaggerators.
Let me go and do my all day. Lost soul train, but it's so plain. Archangel Uriel came from a higher place than some cocaine. How you gonna play the cards that was dealt when you niggas got no game? Catch me at the space station, fucking Xbox and a PlayStation. Yeah, Aries hate waiting, unless it's something for the right cause. Don't give a fuck how hard you try, you would never be the flight boss. Lucifer, I cut the lights off, like your bitch ass can't see.